3-5-2 formation is today's custom tactics and player instructions. Don't want to waste any of your time, so I'm going to get straight into it now. Try and get through this as quickly as possible, but still show you everything you need to know. So the 3-5-2 formation, a very attacking formation. I think this might even be my first time doing a 3 at the back formation on this FIFA. So I'm going to get straight into it. Top 200 in the world. I think they're actually first in the world custom tactics and player instructions for these one. Altered them slightly to make it more usable for normal players who obviously aren't top 200, so they are very good, trust me. I use these in my attacking slot and they do work well. So defensive start, we're going to be sticking on balance. I don't think we're using a press works for 3 at the back formations. It's going to draw your defenders out and you're going to be so open with only 3 defenders. So using a press works well on attacking 4 back formations. On a 3 back, I recommend sticking with balance, keeping the shape and not draining your players' energy. Width, we're using 60 to push it out slightly wider. We've only got 3 defenders and we can't afford to have it too narrow, or we're going to have such a hard time defending, especially out wide. So we're using 60 width just to push it ever so slightly wider. Depth on 55, so it's still a fairly high line, higher than average, but not too high that we're going to be very open with only 3 at the back. So it works quite well. If you're sitting too deep, you're going to sort of have no possession. You're going to let your opposition control the game, so we don't want that. So 55 seems to be the sweet spot. Build up play, I recommend using balance to give you the most freedom on the ball. You can use fast build up as well, that works quite well with this formation, but in this case we're going to use balance and we're going to use direct passing. I use on every single formation direct passing pretty much, and it's just pretty much the meta this year. It's as simple as that. It works so well to get the ball to your attackers, especially your strikers quickly. Playing those through balls, especially if getting behind on your strikers, it works wonders. Width on 65, pushing it slightly wider than default. Not a huge amount wider, otherwise your left mid and right mid are going to be so far up against the touchline, they're pretty much out of the game. But it's just pushing them ever so slightly wider and the rest of the players will stay pretty much in their position. Players in box on 6 to push more players forward into the opposition box. The more you overload the opposition box, the better, but obviously not too much that you're going to have every single player in there. You're going to be completely open to a counter attack. So it's pretty much just playing as attacking as possible, but balancing it out so you're not too open for a counter attack is pretty much what we're doing with this formation. Pretty much everywhere as well. So corners on 2 and free kicks on 2. Okay, so now for the player instructions, your strikers, I recommend stay central, staying in the centre areas of the pitch in line with the opposition goal and not drifting out wide. Getting behind and stay forward. So getting behind, they're making forward runs behind the opposition defenders, and then stay forward is sort of up to you. I personally prefer to use stay forward, but you can use basic defence support as well if you want to. Maybe even on 3 at the back formation like this, I would use basic defence support, usually just the 4 at the back. I would use stay forward. Sorry if I'm talking very fast as well. I don't know why I keep doing it today, but sorry, I'll try and slow down a bit. So stay central, getting behind and stay forward is on your strikers, both your strikers. For your cam, I recommend stay forward, helping out the strikers, and also get into the box across to ensure your cam is always overloading the box as well. Just making sure he's always in there. It's just good to ensure that, because the more you overload the box, like I said earlier, the better it is to give you more chances. So your cam is sitting just behind your strikers, helping them out, and not dropping back when defending, because you already got CDMs helping out. So the thing about this formation, it's such a good formation because it does only 3 at the back, so it's not too easy to defend with. But when you're defending, it actually works really well, which is why you can afford to play more attacking with this formation, because you've got the 3 at the back default centre backs, and then you've got the 2 CDMs here, and these often drop into the centre back position when you're defending, so it's almost like a 5 at the back sometimes. And if they don't drop back, then often your left mid or your right mid drop into full back positions, once again creating a 5 at the back, which is why it works so well. And that's why you can't use stay forward on your left mid and right mid. You're going to have to use basic defence support. So they're not always dropping back, but it means when the 2 CDMs have dropped back, your left mid and right mid will stay how they are. And when they haven't dropped back, your left mid and right mid will drop into the fullback position. So basic defence support, pretty much just leave everything default on your left mid and right mid. You don't want to touch those. For your 2 CDMs, make sure you have cut passing lanes on to stop the opposition making through balls through to their attackers. Stay back while attacking, so they're not pushing forward when defending. You can, even if you want to, you can use drop between defenders. Okay, that isn't even an option here, don't worry about that. So stay back while attacking, and also make sure you have cover centre on, so they're not drifting out wide, they're staying in the centre. So cut passing lanes, cover centre, and stay back while attacking on your 2 CDMs. For your 3 centre backs, always leave default, never change your centre backs, it doesn't really work well. And then lastly, for your goalkeeper, comes and crosses, your keeper's coming off his line more to defend corners and crosses. And sweeper keeper, your keeper's coming out of his box more to challenge loose balls and through balls, pretty much just picking up the ball more in more places and sort of coming further out of his box than he normally would. So it works well, especially comes across it important to have one. When your goalkeeper has the ball in his hand, he's not going to lose it, is he, until you throw it away or kick it away. So you want to try and get the ball in your goalkeeper's hand as much as possible, which is why we're using comes and crosses and sweeper keeper. And that's everything for this video. So the 3-5-2 attacking, custom tactics and player instructions. If you've got any questions or comments or anything like that, let me know in the comments. I'll reply as quickly as possible. But thank you for watching. Hopefully have a good rest of your day, and goodbye.